Alright, we are going to study network protocols tonight, and this will be the first lecture for this evening. So, first of all, let us try to understand what is protocol. Okay, protocols are nothing but a set of rules for communication which makes the internet functioning. A protocol is nothing but the formal description of message formats and the rules that two or more machines or computers or mobile phone can exchange those messages, including the technique for detecting and correcting errors. Okay, this is the definition given in your textbook. Let me try to explain in simple English. When we want to send some text or pictures or any audio to your friends who are living in other places, so you may send using mobile phones or computer. So in order to send that data, let us call it data, it may be picture or it may be text or whatever. So there must be some agreement between the sender and the receiver. Agreement in the sense that there must be some communication. Okay, there must be some communication in which both the sender and the receiver know. That is known as protocol. In our daily life also, especially in Mizoram, we use Mizo language. Using Mizo language, we can communicate, right? So Mizo language is the protocol. In the same way, in computer, when they are going to exchange some data, when there is some communications between two or more devices, there must be protocol. All right, that is known as protocol. I hope you understand. Protocol kan ti chuan machine emo computer emo device sang anin biak po na rules and man message anin ton don po a kan message chu hetiang turani ti rules om sa kha protocols ani. Okay, it's not a single rule, it's a collection of rules. I hope it's clear. And we are going to study the different protocol which are commonly used nowadays, and the first one is HTTP. All right, the full form of HTTP is nothing but hypertext transfer protocol. This is a standard protocol for websites. Whenever you visit any websites, you will be using HTTP, whether you know it or not knowing it, right? So this is the protocol for websites. This HTTP is a set of rules for transferring hypertext. When we say hypertext, we mean it may be a text, or it may be a graphics or picture, or it may be sound or video, etc. Okay, and HTTP has been used in www since 1990s. Okay, um, in HTTP, data are transported in plain text format. All right, plain text format. Um, so in Mizo, let me explain. Website eng po visit ta ula kami website ka athalak te athuziak te chuan video te sound te in mu theina chan chu hypertext transfer protocol ani ti in Shadonia. All right, hypertext transfer protocol. Nowadays we are using HTTPS. Okay, HTTPS is the secure version. The secure version. HTTPS. S means secure. All right. So whenever you visit any website, if it starts only with HTTP, that means that website is not secure. Okay, not secure. But when it starts with HTTPS, it means secure. All the transaction between you and the server will be encrypted, and nobody in the middle can see your message or something like that. But if it is HTTP only, it is in plain text. If hackers or a computer expert can detect the signal, they will be able to see what you have sent, right? So HTTP is secure, and it is using secure socket layer, SSL. All right. I hope you will see if you visit especially bank website for financial transaction, most of their website will be HTTPS. But if you are visiting a simple website, it may be only HTTP, right? So you have to know that HTTPS is more secure. All right. HTTPS transport data in encrypted mode and it is safer. So my advice is whenever you are going to perform any transaction, financial transaction, or whenever you are going to send money through the internet, or whenever you are going to purchase something on the internet, please check the protocol. If it is not HTTPS, please don't trust on that website. Okay? Hei hi hote angalang mase poi mo deu ani https website in tran ho kha website rin tlak ani in bum na in bum thei lawin om tlang puya amar chu http chau ani kha chuan website rin tlak lo ani ti kha in shedonia. Now let's go to the next protocol. It is known as file transfer protocol. Okay, this is a standard for exchange of file across the internet. All right, we can exchange file using HTTP, but there is the protocol. This protocol FTP is only made for transferring file. Right, the objective is sharing of files and transfer of data reliably and efficiently over the internet. This FTP is very useful for webmasters or website designer in order to transfer their files. Okay, some files are not fast when we transfer using HTTP, but if we transfer using FTP, it is more convenient, it is more reliable, and it is more easier. So FTP is a file transfer protocol. So there will be a command channel which use port number 21, and there will be the data channel which use port number 20. So between the client and the server there can be file transfer. And there are some advantages mentioned in your textbook, and here I have mentioned three. This FTP is very useful to transfer file from one network to in an organization to another. It is efficient way to get a geographically dispersed group to cooperate on a project. We can work on a project using FTP by sharing our file, and it is a potent and a popular way to share information over the internet. Yes, this is true. FTP is very popular and it is common among the web designer. Now let's talk another type of uh, protocol, and that is known as TCP slash IP, right? TCP means transfer control protocol and IP means internet protocol. This is a layer set of protocol because it is a combination of protocol, right? It is a combination of transfer control protocol as well as internet protocol. They are working closely together to make the internet function properly, right? And this is known as layer set of protocol because there are four layers in this TCP IP. The first one is application layer, and the second one is transport layer, the third one is internet layer, and the lowest, let us say the lowest one is network interface or network layer. So let me try to explain how this TCP IP is working. When you are going to send something through a courier or something like that, you have to pack your things, right? Packing. So that may be the application layer. So after packing your the things that you are going to send, you have to go to the courier service. That is the transport layer. That means you have to go to the courier service, and at the courier service you have to write everything like what will be the destination and what will be your address, and you have to pay the fees also. That will be setting the destination and the source. That will be the internet layer, okay, in terms of this networking. And then you can go home after paying the fees, etc. And the real transportation or the real sending of that courier or materials will take place by a flight or by road transport or something like that. That one is known as the network layer. In the same way, this TCP and IP is also working. At siyang MO kasalawa TCP IP kan tihian internet a function te inana protocol poi mo berber te zinga mi ani a chuan protocol pakhat chau ani lawa layer sang sanga na an thoka TCP IP an ni awangin layer pakhat na chu achung ber chu application layer ani ta ni thil kan thon na software kan man khani maya chuan transport layer kan thil thon kha heta hian uh, a in deliver the nan khan transportation akala chuan internet layer hi chuan package sang in thente le ani theya chuan network layer ve thung chuan athon tak tak kha ani chin ani. I hope it's clear. If it is not clear, please don't hesitate to ask me, okay? And let's continue learning about this TCP/IP. The TCP/IP is responsible for making sure that the data get through the other end. And the TCP is also responsible for dividing the files or messages at the sender and also reassembling at the receiver computer, right? When we say IP, it is a numeric or number address separated by dots. And this IP is responsible for handling the destination address. Okay, it may also include the source address. So in TCP/IP, you have to know that TCP/IP is responsible for making sure that the data get through or packing and unpacking. But IP is the address. Okay, IP is the address. Every device, as I always told you, every device which is connected to the internet will have IP address. Okay, IP address is like this. There will be dot in between and there will be some number and there will be three dots. Okay, so if you want to know what is your IP address, you can visit whatismyip.com. So your IP may be 192 as 11076 and 41, something like that. The maximum limit is 255. IP address starts from 0 to 255. All right, that's the IP. So your IP can be 255.255.255 or something like that. Okay, it cannot be more than 255. You have to know that. All right, let's go to the next slide. The next slide is about SLIP. SLIP is a serial line internet protocol, and this is the first protocol for delivering IP package over dial-up lines or serial lines. Okay, when we say dial-up, it is the first type of internet, and the speed is also very less, 56. Maximum speed of dial-up internet connection is 56 kbps, kilobit per second, 56 kbps, and they provide communication between machines that were previously configured for direct communication. When we say direct communication, it means there is no server as well as there is no client, so they can communicate directly. SLP was developed by Rick Adams in 1984, so this is very old technology. But since it is included in the syllabus, so I just included in the slide. So please try to understand the full form and what it is. This is nothing but it is technology, the first type of technology for sending package over the internet. All right. Next one is point-to-point protocol. This is also one of the first type of protocol, and it is used for sending a package over serial line just like SLIP, and it forms direct communication in the sense that there is no central server, right? PPP use IP control protocol, network control protocol, as well as link control protocol. So Nowadays, PPP is also popular among file sharing community. When we share file through HTTP, there is usually the server. When you are using the Facebook, you are the user or the client, and the server will be at the Facebook server in the Facebook headquarter, like that. So many people and most of the human beings in the world who can use the internet is using the Facebook server, like that. But in this PPP, there is no central server. There is no person who have supreme authority over each other. So one computer can directly connect with another computer, and this type of connection is known as point-to-point protocol. Okay, PPP, point-to-point protocol. And we can share files and we can share information whatever we want. So this is also popular. um, we almost finished the protocols, the important protocols. So now let's talk about email protocol. I hope everybody understand what is email, and I hope you have email too. So in order to send email and receive email, there are three important protocol. The first one is IMAP. IMAP means Internet Message Access Protocol, and this protocol is used for accessing email from the local server, right? Uh, you can use IMAP in order to access your email using your computer. You have to know that those emails provided by Google, like Gmail and other, they are using HTTPS. They are not the email which I'm talking right now. The email which I'm talking right now, which use IMAP, is like company email. They use Outlook Express or other email applications. All right. So that's the email. All right. Um, Now let's talk about POP3, point-to-point protocol 3. Uh, Post Office Protocol, sorry. The Post Office Protocol 3 provide a simple standard way for user to access mailbox and download messages to their computer. All right. And another one is SMTP. This SMTP means Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It is used to send email to another email user using mail transfer agent. All right. Let me explain quickly in Mizo. Email kan thon hian heng protocol sang hi kan mang kaya pakhat na chuan IMAP ni IMAP ti amze chu Internet Message Access Protocol ti na ni hei hi email thon na protocol an man masat pol ani chemi mang hian email te an lo check in an lo thon thin ani chuan hemi hi kan hriat pol lo tor chu tun lai Gmail kan ti te nen khana inang lawa tun lai Gmail kan ti te chu webmail an ti deuh bi ka achan chu HTTP a manga tuna email kan soi chu email program shim Outlook Express te manga kan email access na ani chuan adol le chuan POP3 ani POP3 chu Post Office Protocol version 3 ti na ani hei hi ama mi ai na changka anga an mang na sabok ani chuan eng email po mang don ta ila webmail po ni se SMTP hi kan mang nge ani Simple Mail Transfer Protocol ani hei hi email mun kada changa mun danga thon na ani SMTP hi an mail transfer agent ani email kan thon ho lo transfer sung tutur agent ani ni. All right, that's all about email, and now let's talk about remote login. All right, remote login. Remote login is nothing but Telnet. Okay, Telnet. When we say Telnet, it is the short form of telecommunication network. All right, Telnet is a short form. It is the full form is telecommunication network, and using this we can access remote computers. So if you tell me your IP address and if you set up your Telnet, I can access your computer from my home. Okay, that is remote access. And this telnet use command prompt to access other computer, and it is a bi-directional interactive text-oriented communication. Okay, so Telnet is also very useful for handling uh, server maintenance, etc. So let me explain quickly in Mizo. Telnet kan ti chuan midang computer mundang atranga va access thei na kha ani maya hei hi hemi mang hian server administrator te chuan ina an omlai pon company and server te kha digle diklo khan du hun hun a check thei ani ti in a toy zong in soi mai ila a tha ome. Do you have any questions so far? Zona in name